build day. We've known about this one for a little while, been excited about this one. This is a 2013 four-door JK, and we are building it for Moonshiner Kelly off the Discovery Channel. We're doing a lot for this build. It's getting Dynatrac Axles, 60s. It's getting method wheels, 42-inch Treps, MetalCloak full long arm kit, MetalCloak fender, OD front and rear bumpers, worn winch, and several other things we got to go on it. So y'all watch the video and see how this build goes and let us know what you think.
Let's go!
All right.
Wow.
Ready for a bath. I want to get that off. Like residue stuff. Try to get all that off if I can. And all that out the fender wells.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that escalated quickly.
I got about 6-7 hours in it to tear down. It's gonna be a lot longer to go back together with it though. So, yeah.
What else you get done?
So today we've got the front and rear bumpers off, all the fenders is off, took it back outside, pressure washed the frame, pressure washed where the fender was, got it back in, got the skid plates dropped out, and I like one more shot and we'll have all the lift off of it and all the both rear ends out of it. And then that's the easy part. Then we're gonna let it down and start put an oil cooler on it. And he's smelling antifreeze, and I think it's this corner of the radiator actually leaking.
I don't know
It's
if I
pretty
can
wet.
see it. Okay.
But I'm gonna pressure test it before we tear it apart to do the oil cooler. But it has had an oil cooler and it's got right at 90,000. So why before it grows so much, we're gonna put an oil cooler on it while it's in the shop.
Hunky.
Are they still there? No. Well, the first day went pretty good. Had a kind of a longer day in. It's all stripped down. Well, for the most part, all the lift, the axles, fenders, bumper, all that's off of it. Got the axles to outside, the new axles in here. So now's the time to finish cutting all the brackets off and start back with the long arm kit and all of that stuff. Pump gonna help too. But that's all for today. We'll get started again tomorrow. So back on Kelly's build today. We got everything we done yesterday done. Today we're gonna start he actually just delivered the tires. He brought them all the way from Tennessee because they finally come in yesterday. 18 to 20. I think there's 20 in them right now. So this morning we got it all down on the ground. And we're gonna tear into the oil cooler and put an oil cooler on it because this one's never had the updated oil cooler. So before it gets on 42s, we're gonna tear into it and put an oil cooler on it because I told him I recommended doing that because he was gonna eventually have to have one anyway, and it's easier to do it now. So we're gonna do the updated Dorman aluminum oil cooler on it. And he said he'd been smelling antifreeze, so while we got it, we found the antifreeze leak on the radiator. So we're gonna put a radiator in it too. So we're gonna get started on that, get all that took care of, and then we'll start the rest of it. Preventive maintenance because the oil cooler wasn't quite leaking, but you can see these was hard enough they stuck to the intake and they get them off, and these is pretty flat and hard. So this one had actually started seeping a little bit, you could tell around the hole. So it's a good thing we're going ahead and doing it, putting a new all aluminum Dorman on it. Just trying to get it all bolted together now because it comes in pieces. So we about got it ready and the intake is all ready. So as soon as we get this bolted together, it'll be ready to step back on. Alright, so we got the oil cooler done. We're waiting on the radiator and the thermostat housing to come in. So while we're doing that, we're going to start on this full PSC Hydro Assist kit with their big bore box. So they send you everything, pre-made lines for the cylinder that goes out to the cylinder. Everything's pre-made lines. And this is their big bore box, which is because that was one of the known common problems. You put a bigger tire and all, put more stress on the factory JK, it'll shear this shaft off in the box. So this is their big bore box with a big shaft. Even comes with the new pitman arm, heavy duty pitman arm to fit the big bore box, the cooler, everything you need. So we're gonna get started putting this on while we're waiting on other parts. How about some tight fitting stuff? Good Lord. So all this is back together, but you have like zero room for, I guess error? I don't know what you want to call it, but she tight. I mean, this moves, but like that line has got to be right against almost against the radiator hose or the PSC, so it'll go down and miss the air box. It's hard to see the cooler line, but it goes down by the air box, and I mean it's like right on it. I did trim some fins off the side of the air box because they was rubbing the reservoir, so I trimmed that. But I mean, you got room. It's locked in on its things, but that's why it says to trial fit that, because it's like right there with everything. And you got to take this wire loose. There's a wire harness that goes down, and the only way you can get that much rotation out of this on the bracket is take that wire loose and pick it up, because if not, it matches and it can't go down. It's got to come up because we're tied to the headlight and the ground wires. So she's in there. So you got to run this line under here, and I ran it. I don't like the way I ran it. Well, I don't like the length I cut it. So you never know when you might cut it too short for your likings, and I did. I cut it where I thought it would be good, but then it was catching on the hood thing, so I'm gonna come all the way around here with it, I think, and come in a different route, just like that. I think that'll work better.
Does this matter if this is pulled tight?
You really can't not have it pulled tight because of the lines just
Got ya.
pulled up. I mean, it ain't tight, it just looks tight.
Got ya.
Cause then if I push some back, it's wadding up under here. You know,
Right, you're right.
because of the angle that's at. So. And like I say, it's just a vent line. Just a breather to keep it from. Shouldn't ever even really use it. I've used mine, but mine was just gets hot, builds up pressure. It's a way to vent it and keep it from blowing out on everything. Yeah, I like that better.
Much better.
That ain't up in that area.
Well,
You
better.
got radiator cap and all that crap to deal with up there without dealing with those. Air box back in it. When you're doing all this crap, don't forget to plug up the air sensor, because it will make throw a code. But it's easy to forget to plug up, or not get it plugged all the way on and it falls off after you drive it and then throws a code and you're wondering what the heck is wrong. Done that a couple times. Very easy to do. Alrighty. So that wraps up the old cooler. Had a new belt, all the PSC stuff's on it, the new belt's on it, and the actual new belt, the pulley's bigger on the pump, so you actually throw your factory belt away and it gives you a new belt, and it got a number, so we put the part number in the Jeep on the paper so we can get he can get another one if he wants a spare. That's pretty cool. That mounts, I mean, you couldn't ask for it to fit much better in there. She's pretty tight, pretty snug. I might try to stick down there and loosen that bolt and scoot it just a touch. But she is all in there. Get the lid off. It's there tight. I will not fill it up with fluid right now because I don't want no fluid in the box to make a mess when I take it off to do the lines. So we will do that very last. Now I guess all we like so we can start on the suspension is I'm gonna vacuum the system down, pull the vacuum on it, and put antifreeze in it, and that'll all be good to go. I'm gonna change the oil in it right quick. So all of that'll be tidied up and we'll be ready to start the suspension. Well, we're wrapping up the day. Got got a pretty good bit done. Like I said, got all the PSC steering kits all done now, other than the line kit and the cylinder on the rear end and been bleeding it. All the antifreeze back in it. Got the loop cut out of the exhaust. I've got a piece made to put back in there. I'm gonna leave it out because I gotta cut now, because I gotta cut all these brackets off. Got the gas tank pulled. So tomorrow we'll start cutting frame brackets off. I'm gonna let it down, put it on jack stand so I can move the lift legs, so I can cut all these brackets off because all it's got to be clean. But for today, we're finished up and we'll start again tomorrow.
So Pumpkin's involved today a little bit. She's a good girl. Well, we're back on Kelly's build today. We got the gas tank out last night. We got the loop, exhaust loop thing made. We had to put it in, but I'll wait to everything. So today we're gonna concentrate on cutting brackets off of the frame and get the frame painted inside and out and start putting the MetalCloak long arm kit on. So see how long we can get.
So this is the point of really making a mess. I mean, you can see all the grinding. Got all the front brackets cut off, and I started painting back, but everything's ground. The lift brackets will go, the lower controller mount goes in here and bolts to the cross member and the frame, and then I'll weld some on top, and then the other upper one bolts in here where the original lower mount was, and I got all the uppers ground down. So it's got to paint everything now. I'm gonna try to go ahead and paint the inside, the frame rails on the front, and then I will move to the back and cut the rear brackets off, get them done, and then we can start hanging brackets. So on the way. Day's been pretty good so far. We got all the brackets cut off. Everything's ground down, front and rear. Everything is painted inside the frame, outside the frame. Everything we could get. Sanded the rear inner fenders and painted them, so they're not red anymore. And we are good to set it on jack stands now and regroup on the lift and start hanging some brackets. Yeah, my little thing looks pretty good there, don't it?
I think so.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
No. Wow.
I cut this at an angle so it don't hurt none of the flow, and it goes right down right back through.
Sweet. You got that one. Oh,
Easier to make one than have to buy one. Brackets is all on tight for the front long arm kit. Gotta weld this up, and then we'll see what's next. Just following directions, reading along. I gotta go back.
It's more than that.
I gotta go back and mark all these. You had to take a stand and put up against these where you tighten them. These got big 3/4 inch bolts in the frame with a nuts, like a big nut plate in behind it. There's a big sleeve that goes through the frame behind this and through a hole, so it clamps to the frame. That used a factory hole. They actually send a nut that goes in there if you don't have the factory nut, but if you got the factory nut, you use the factory bolt, because that was for the cross member one across here that will no longer be used. So only hole, the bolt on kit, the only hole that I've had to drill so far is this hole here. Once you get these big bolts and bolted up, you drill that in it and put that bolt up there, which has a big long nut thing that's on a rod that you stick down through the frame there. You can actually, I think you can still see it over here because I ain't bend it down. I'm going to bend it. I want to bend it down and get it in the frame.
Oh, yeah,
It sticks
okay.
down through there and bolts up.
Okay.
And they're all the nut plates have lock nuts on them. So I
Good.
did put Loctite, even though I put Loctite on the big bolts. So, but everything else has got lock nuts.
What have you got?
Piece of plastic. So we back on Kelly's today. This morning, trying to get the rear control arm brackets done. We drilled the holes last night and got all that done. We're starting to hang the brackets. Got the track bars hung in it. As soon as we get the rear brackets done, then we'll be ready to hang some control arms and put some rear ends in. So that's what we're working on today. Try to get that as much as possible done. Hopefully get the rear ends under it. Would love to see it on weight today, but we'll see how far we can get before we run out of time, and that's where we're headed. All the long arms is hung. I got the brackets on the back. This is the bolt-on kit, but I did grind down and just run some beads on some of the brackets just to keep them from working loose. Got all the arms under it, the track bars, the Dynatrac Axles 60s under them. These axles come from Dynatrac with ABS rings on them. So I already got the ABS wires hooked up. All it is pretty much plug and play, just factory ABS wires, and it comes with a bolt to hold them in. These are still serviceable wheel bearings on these. It's a bolt-in unit, but it's a serviceable wheel bearing, kind of like the old school. They are 8 on 6.5 with 9/16 studs. Ordered them 538 gears, front and rear, Eaton E-lockers front and rear. So they come with wiring harnesses. They're steering for the drag link, for the tie rod bar, which I have to adjust it. They come to bolt into, like you could bolt them into a factory Jeep. So all the mounts, I think the front's a 3 3/4 inch tube and the rear's 4-inch tube. Best that we can tell, we ordered the MetalCloak drag link
because I had done used one and it has a lot of adjustment. And the best we can tell, it's gonna work right. It's all hooked up. The steering wheel's centered because we kept it centered, putting the thing on it. We're trying to clean up some. They draw damp in the box. Trying to clean them up a little bit now, the brake calipers and stuff, since I had to pull everything off. So cleaning that up, put that back together. We've done checked the bump stops in the front. So I got to put all the bump stops on. I got to put them in when I do the springs. Fixing to change got the brake lines on the rear. Fixing to change the brake lines on the front as soon as I get the calipers back on it. So the rear's all hooked up. So it's nice to finally have a set we can put under it and me not having to do all the grinding and cutting and welding on. So they come with all the factory brackets just for JK. So all that'll work. We're doing a 5.5 inch MetalCloak. So we're moving along. Try to get springs and all that this evening. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But it's looking good, or I think it's looking good.
It looks great.
It's all chrome molly shafts. They come with 35 spline axles. They even got part brake cables, which I got to pull the console out because JK goes all the way to the console. So pull the console out, and it's all brand new part brake cables come out and work. So to have part brakes. So it's all going together pretty good so far. So just keep on moving on with it. They gonna look pretty, ain't they?
Mm-hmm. Gonna look nice.
I don't like that about them.
What's that?
About the rear ends. Where this sensor is, I mean, it's probably not going to touch, but if you don't zip tie that out of the way, it could, you know.
Yeah.
And you can't really, I don't know if I'm putting it around caliper bracket is it made the caliper, the rotor may rip it, so we put it there. And then we'll just walk our way up when we get all thing you do. The factory mounts like right here, and it goes across the knuckle under to a bracket on the ball joint, but these ball joints are up this way, so you can't take the nut off and put a bracket under there. I don't know, I may end up trying to make a bracket to go under the ball joint on top. I would take the one off the factory, but this ball joint is bigger around, so I could just make a bracket that bolted under that and go through it, or zip tie it to it or something. I don't know, we'll figure that out. So we're back on Kelly's again today. We got it sitting on the ground on its weight. Now we're at the point where adjusting everything. You start off with the MetalCloak, gives you a measurement for your control arms to start with. The rear would probably work fine on a 40-inch tire, but with the 42s, it needs to move back a little bit. So we moved it back about an inch. May have to go a little bit farther, but we're trying to get the wheelbase all set now so we can order the drive shafts and get them coming, because that's the only piece that we haven't ordered because of having to put axles on and get the wheelbase set. So that's the point we're at. I'm probably gonna have to cut some more here. We done trimmed it up some, but probably gonna have to take some more off, because we are trying to run a 42, which we're on 5.5 inches of lift, and with the bigger axle tubes, you're probably at 6.5 or 7 inches over stock, but still 42 is a big tire on a JK with the wheel openings made like they are. So we trimmed this back here already. Hopefully we don't have to take no more of that, but we may end up having to. But we're going to have to get the fenders on it and the rear and the bumpers on it, and get where all the weight is on it. And we can see where the fenders actually fit on the MetalCloak fenders. We may end up having to cut fender and body to make it match and work, but we're moving along. So we'll see how far we can get today and see what we can get done. Hopefully we can get some dry shafts ordered by the end of the day.
Wow, that's pretty major.
That's it right there. Pretty dang close. Everything. So that's the funny thing with these. I think rattling.
Okay.
I probably adjust a little tighter, but this controls it. But you've got a bump stop here that this bar hits, and you got a bump stop here that this hits.
Okay.
And then you got the bar that connects it, which is adjustable, and you've got a latch right here that's like a door latch that sets in that.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if it sets in this
Right.
slot.
I see it.
And on the back side, it looks just like the door latch. So it's all got to be worked together. So I've got it pretty close. Because it's got to go in that thing and against. So if you look right here, it's in the latch. It's like dead in.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to tell that.
You can probably see it through here. It's in.
Okay.
You might see kind of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it sits in that, and the bump stops is against
Oh, yeah.
here and up top. That one needs to be adjusted a little bit, but I mean,
Wow.
the rattle off shaking the lift,
Yeah.
so that works pretty good. And I'll have to adjust it once I get the tire on it, because that makes a difference too. They said, because all of it comes apart, so they said when you put the tire on it, it's going to push, especially at 42,
Sure.
it's going to put weight on this. So I'll probably have to adjust this a little bit, because it's going to push down on it, and I'll have to adjust it a little bit for that, and I might have to adjust that, but as far as right now, that's together. So we've made a little bit of headway today, not quite as much as I wanted, but we got the gas tank put back in, all painted up, everything's hooked up, so it's ready to go. We got front bumper is mocked up on it. It's on it, bolted on. This is mocked up on it because I'm going to take that back off to be able to put the winch and tighten it all down and to get the fog lights in it. We just realized that we didn't have fog lights in the other bumper, but he was wanting them because he's got them in his JL. So I've got to order some fog lights, factory fog lights to go in it. Our KC lights didn't show up today, so we're waiting on them still to be able to put the grill back in it. We got the rear bumper on. I'm just waiting on the KC lights to go in it. Luckily they bolted in from the outside, so we can go ahead and put the bumper on. It's all bolted up. The tire carrier ain't quite finished because we realized when we ordered this, we need it for 8 lug, and this is for a JK for a 5 lug, and we got, it really ain't my fault, really ain't the people's fault. It's just we got to swap it out. So we realized that today. So luckily we went and realized that, but it all works.
And the brand of bumpers.
Yeah, these are LOD bumpers, and they've been great quality. That's what he's got on his JL. They look good, they function good, and it opens with the tailgate. And it's even got, a lot of them don't have the support. This one's got the actual piece that holds an amount on the tailgate. And then it's also got bumper, so when it's tight against it, and it's got a piece here with a latch that sits in it, so it helps it not move up and down. But even the powder coat and all on them has been good, but it's tight. That's got to finish some of them out. All this comes assembled, or not assembled. We had to put the bearings in it, pack the grease, fill it full of grease. But it's got a seal in the bottom, so you can, but right now it's full of grease till it comes out. And Pumpkin's being a mess this evening.
I don't know what she's after.
She's after anything she can get her hands on, or her
Well,
paws on.
Her paws on.
Yeah.
Her mouth on, really.
Yeah, really.
She wants that glove.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not getting that.
She
Sorry.
says, "Daddy, I need that."
And
No.
don't attack me for saying no.
We did stretch the wheelbase a little bit today, stretch the back a little bit. But then I'm trying to get all the weight on it just to see where it sets, because I may have to move it back a little bit farther, because we are going to have to cut. All the weight's not on it right now. I still don't hang on the rack, but I don't have to cut we don't have to cut no more than we have to here, but I am going to probably take it from here and just taper it to this corner. We'd rather, I talked to Kelly today, and we'd rather, if we need to cut it, we want to cut it back here more, so, which we may have to trim this out and cut some more back here too. But I'm probably going to push the back farther, about 1 inch farther rearward. We don't want to get springs out of alignment. They're pretty straight up and down now, so I still got room to move it back, and we don't want track bar clearance or anything like that to to give us issues. So try to move it back another inch, get all the weight on it, see where it sets, and hopefully order dry shafts, get them on the way. And then to get the lights tomorrow. And then we got sliders to put on it, rock slide engineering sliders, steps in them. Do have to, studs is so long in these axles, I done messed up a couple lug nuts. So we ordered some 1/2 inch spacers because we are trying to keep this as narrow as we can with getting his trailer. So we ordered some 1/2 inch spacers that just slide over the studs so they ain't gonna hurt nothing. Ain't gonna have no chance of nothing happening to them, and that will make because I couldn't find any longer lug nuts. Them's the longest ones they make unless you buy spikes, and we don't want spikes. So we're gonna put a 1/2 inch spacer behind it. That should make it about 83 inches wide. We're shooting to be narrower than 87 because 87 would be rubbing going in his trailer. So he should have about 2 inches on each side. So that should be good. But that's about all for today, and we'll start back tomorrow. Middle white.
Yes. Yep. Oh. Two. Working on lights today.
Yeah, trying to get the lights because they had cut the wires and wired up that ugly grumper bumper lights to it, and so they done away with the factory plug-ins. So now we had to figure out which wire went to what so we could put the factory. Had to order some connectors so we put the factory grill back in it. So trying to get that wired up, or the KC lights is on the way. They're supposed to be in today, and that way we can change the headlights out, put the grill back in it, and that part will be done because I need to put the grill and all back in it before I mount the winch. Which I think I can mount the winch and it still be out of the way. It's just easier to get the grill in and out, and it'll be done. So trying to get that done today. Got the rear end moved back some more today. Got the drive shafts measured for. Try to get, waiting on them to call me back so I can order them. I got to clearance. I need to clearance this on the hood. Which I got to figure out how I'm gonna do that because it is already against the air box, and I think it's just because of this style aftermarket hood. Probably going to make a notch out in this to clear this because it hits a little bit, and there's no, you can't go back that way with it because it's already right there against the air box, and the way that bracket is, that's how it swivels. So it won't go towards the radiator anymore. If it went towards the radiator anymore, you couldn't get your hand on the cap and all that to get it apart. So and it won't go down because of the way the bracket is made. It is mounted to the bottom of it and then mounted up on the bracket here at the air box, so it won't go down. So just gonna have to notch the hood a little bit, which that's how I had to do on I think I done mine like that actually. No, I done mine, I had to notch the hood for the radiator cap on mine for the new radiator. So that's no big deal. Trying to get all that done, and we got the shocks, the reservoirs mounted on the front shocks. I still got to mount the ones on the rear, and I'm all waiting on lights. I'm gonna try to finish up the sway bar today on the front, and probably start mounting fenders. start mounting the fenders probably, and I did start mounting the hydro assist cylinder last night before we left, just to see how it fit. Not real happy with Dynatrac's mount that they put on it, because you can see where the line is going to be. So this, I rotated steering and all, and this all clears good. So but the line's gonna have to lay out like that because you've got some rock in the cylinder just a little bit. So it's gonna have to lay kind of out like that to clear, which is fine. It's just, I think it could have been done a little bit different, but they've been building axles for years, so that's their thing, and you know, it can always be different for different setups, but I don't like that in my opinion, I don't like that they've done, this is the sway bar mount, which is fine, because that's where it goes, but they split this and weld it there so you could get the bolt on the sway bar, which is great, but then it makes it wide, so I might have a spacer in here. The only good thing is it lets you raise, I guess you could raise the cylinder up and down if you needed to, adjust it for that, for where you want it to set on the bar, but that's the only thing I'm not really keen on is their mount for that. But other than that, everything else was great with it. So I'm just trying to keep making headway. Today we're got a little done yesterday, got everything adjusted on the rear, got the drive shafts measured and ordered, had them Friday, got the front fenders all on and done, the inners is on and done, we got the rears fenders mocked up and took back off and fixed to put the riv nuts in them this morning, and then we'll hang them. Our KC lights come in yesterday, so we're gonna work on them today. I actually reordered some different Fox shocks because ones I ordered was for 4 to 6 inches, but putting them on these axles and all where to put the shock mounts is a little too short, so we ended up ordering another set for the 6.5 to 8 inches of lift. So we're waiting on them, but it's all coming together. We making pretty good progress and try to get the winch mounted today, start putting the lights on it, get the fenders done, and get motivated. We got the vent shades on it yesterday. They look good, they're clean.
Oh yeah.
So we're working on the rear fenders. You got 2 bolt holes here that you drill out that are factory. You drill them out and they actually get a bolt and nut that comes with them, and then the rest of them you have to hang the fender. Some of these are factory holes. This one was not factory. You have to mark that one and mark this one to drill. I already got the riv nuts in them, and then there's 2 down here, but you can actually drill them through the fender and they're nut and bolt after the fact. We're gonna put some riv nuts in. Comes with the riv nuts, comes with the actual bolt and nut and all set up that you can put these in without having a tool, but I got a tool, so it makes it a lot easier. You just got to make sure they're seated good. So oh yeah, I just had a catastrophe that I fixed.
What?
This hole in the other side, I guess, had powder coat and stuff in it, and they missed cleaning them out. And I went to run this stainless bolt, which I don't like stainless bolts in metal, but I went to run it in and it got halfway and stopped. So I sprayed that AMSOIL, which has become when I'm used to Kroll, that AMSOIL penetrating oil has become very useful and about as good as the Kroll, I think. But I finally did get it I worked it and got it to back out, and it had pulled the threads out of the nut in there, so I tapped it out and then I put nickel on it and run it back in. It's fine. So I always check the holes, sometimes I need them, but
I'll show you. We'll show you the Amsoil stuff.
Okay. I don't know that I've seen it, have I?
Yeah.
Oh, the little can,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is great stuff. If you're looking for a good, I've been using it because I run out of curl, or pretty much run out of curl, and I've been using this because I got it from my Amsoil guy, and which we're a dealer now, but he wanted me to try it, and it's free. It lubricates, frees rusty parts, and protects against corrosion. And say, I had got that bolt there is the one I had trouble, and it got where it didn't even want to really move in and out, and I sprayed it and let it soak, and then I moved it, kept working it back and forth, and come back out. Thank goodness.
Good old Looby Dooby. So much better.
Finally got our KC stuff in. Several goodies from them. We really appreciate them helping us out with the build. We love their lights. As you can see on our Jeep, we got the light bar. And Kelly's getting something that we want on the TJ too. He let us choose the headlights. So we're putting the KC 7-inch LED gravity headlight series in.
Ooh.
So we got headlights, and then Kelly wanted some lights on the A-pillar. So we got the A-pillar brackets. We had the windshield. And we went with the Flex Era lights for the A-pillar mounts because he wanted something small, like 3-4 inches. These are, I think, 3-inch lights. Yeah, a little under 3. So let's see what they look like. I've showed him all this, Kelly, all this stuff before we order everything, but like I say, KC really helped us out on this, so we're excited. Let's see what it look like.
Oh, I like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's gonna be perfect for him.
Perfect.
Small, got little cover,
Those are
KC
cute.
covers.
Oh, that's nice.
And
Yeah.
actually they come with different lenses, so you can change the lenses out whether you want spot or flood, or let's see, it's got spot, you can make it spot beam and flood beam lenses. Comes with 2 of each lenses, and then I forget what this is, which one's it. The spread beam is what's in it.
Okay.
So you got a spread beam that comes in it, then you got lenses for spot beam and lenses for flood beam. So I'll have to figure out which one Kelly wants, and we'll change them out. But this is
Yeah.
gonna be small at A-pillar. You won't see a whole lot.
That's awesome.
Be clean looking. But I love the little KC. I didn't know it come with the little KC covers. Them.
These are adorable.
They're pretty sweet. I can get them back in here now. We'll go to the next thing. So of course, with doing the bumpers and all, the front bumper just getting regular, like factory style LED fog lights I'm putting in it. But the rear bumper, just like his JL, has backup lights in it. So we ordered this bumper with the universal mounts, and we ordered the KC flush mounts, and they're supposed to match them with the gold rings and all that. So let's see what they look like. KC's been around a long time. We've always loved KC, so. Oh yeah, them's gonna be nice in the back bumper.
Yeah, I like that.
These are considered just a flush mount. They're like a universal flush mount. And as always, they come with a harness, come with nice plugs, waterproof connection stuff, all heat shrink. All your mountain hardware comes with them. Of course you get a sticker, but then they come with a really nice hardware or install kit for the wiring and all, so which we won't have to use part of that because we're going to be putting these, hook them up to his reverse lights. So but go check them out if you like KC stuff or just getting in and want some good lights. There's a bunch of options, but we love KCs. They've been around since I think actually it tells on their box, been around since 1970, so they know a thing or two about the lights, and we love them. So we're gonna start installing. We're gonna first start with the headlights, get the headlights put in so we can put the grill and all back in and mount the winch. So
And so we can drill.
yeah, because I really want to set a head. Probably should have started out with the headlights instead of the light bar, but you know,
That's it.
the headlights was a whole lot cheaper than the light bar, but I got the light bar, so now we gotta work for the headlights.
Yeah, those are awesome.
But forgot I didn't open that box. I just like these because they're a LED and they're a clean looking light. Even comes with a little tube of dielectric grease. That's nice. Got their logo in the middle.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so clean.
Just a clean, good clean looking set of headlights.
Yeah. Looks good.
Got their logo on the back. Nice wiring harness in them. Plug and play. Just clean. Kelly likes to keep it simple, so that's why we went with these. We ain't got no rings, halos, and we don't like halo rings either, so that's why we want them in ours. So we'll work on getting these installed and then let you see what they look like. Should be pretty simple on the headlights. Supposed to be plug and play. So we'll get them put in and then see what they look like.
Wow. No more grumper.
No more grumper.
Ah. And the hood now? I mean, that gives us the full
Put it
effect.
all the way down. At least let it down.
Ah. That is so much better. Man. Totally different. Huge difference. The fenders.
Them Casey headlights is clean.
That's awesome.
I get this wired up, and the fog lights come today, and get them put in, then I can put the skid under the bumper, and we'll be done with the front bumper all the way.
Sweet. Nice.
I spent over an hour trying to run the wire because the freaking positive wire is too short for.
Oh, jeez.
So I ended up through here, which I don't think looks too bad. I zip tied everything and made them go right through there.
Well, it's neat.
Yeah.
Everything's neat and tidy.
Let's see if it works.
Great. Nice.
So about to wrap up this day. As soon as we get this skid plate put on, the front bumper and all will be done. We got the fog lights put in today and working. The winch is on today and wired up. I got the grill headlights in it, the grill in it. This little marker light is all wired up. This one over here, of course, I only had 3 butt connectors, so I'm waiting on some butt connectors to be here tomorrow. And I'll finish that light, and then the lights on the front all be wired up.
KCs.
The KCs, I got the KCs on the 8 pillars. And I went to put the KCs in the rear bumper, and the KCs are not as big as what the universal pod mounts are. So I've got to order a blank for the bumper because none of them will work. None of the LOD, the bumper mounts for the lights for the rear bumper will work with the KCs. So I got to order a set of blanks and cut my own holes and stuff in it for that. Which we got to get the 8 lug piece for the tire carrier from too, so get all that coming. Had to cut a hole in the hood underneath, got it cut and painted to clear this. The aftermarket hood for some reason wants to hit that, and that's as low as it'll go with the PSC mount and all. But we got all that done. It all clearances, the hood shuts. But I'm trying to think what else we got done today. That's about
You wrapped up the rear fenders today.
We got the rear fenders all bolted on today.
Yep.
Got them done. We got some more of our stuff, all of our stuff's here, other than we're gonna make a little trip to get the drive shafts, and we're waiting on the other shocks. So, but all in all, it's a pretty good day. We got our flash cowl come in today, our 1/2 inch wheel spacers that we needed come in today, and our other lug nuts since I messed up a couple. So we're getting closer. But that's about all for today. We get this bolted up. That'll finish up the whole front bumper stuff, and then we're going to the house today. Don't that look a little bit better?
Yeah, that looks great. And what is this that you put up there? What is it called?
Some kind of edge and trim mold and stuff I got off of Amazon. It's just rubber with metal in it, and it bends around. But the bends was so sharp on that one, I just had to cut it and make it straight. But it just protects the corners. Same thing I got to do with the TJ. Protects the corners, keeps you from cutting your hand on it. Should might be sticking that hand up in that, but it just kind of cleans it up a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
So we back to working on Kelly's again today. Just a little different way. We're headed to Tennessee to pick up his drive shafts. We use the Knoxville drive line, and they got his shafts built and ready. So we're gonna pick them up today, and then get back and stick them in tomorrow. So do one more piece. Got a little stuff done yesterday, wiring wise, a bunch of it done, and some other stuff done. So everything else ought to be in when we get back, and we'll have the drive shafts and get them in. So we're gonna make a little trip. Well, we're back in the shop today. Instead of on a work road trip. Got Kelly's dry shafts picked up from Knoxville Drive Line in Knoxville, Tennessee. They hooked us up with them. Also fixed my dry shaft. So we're gonna put them in today and try to finish up the wiring and see what else we can get done. I don't know. It's on a Saturday and we're got back late, so we'll see what we can get done today. We on a new day, a new week on Kelly's, going into the third week and hopefully final week of getting it done. Where we left off, we put the drive shafts in it from, we went and picked up them from, I can't turn the front one.
Oh, it's on the side. Yeah.
We went and picked them up from Knoxville.
Yeah.
Adam and the guys up there got them built for us. So we got them put in, got the skid plate painted, cleaned up and painted and put back under it. We got the lights, I got the bump stops put in. Hopefully that's enough. May have to add another one. Redone the brake lines so they'd stay off that. I had to redo them a little bit. Got the lights plates in and got them cut out and got the KC lights, flush mount lights put in the bumper. We got the tire carrier piece in and got it installed. Started on the wiring for the lights. I got to run it to the front. Got a bunch of the wiring done, but that's stuff not everybody wants to see. It's kind of boring. Got the locker. The front locker is wired in and all the wires run around. What else we get done? Had to end up putting wheel space, some 1/2-inch wheel spacers on it because these studs are so long, especially the rear ones. We run 4 on the other day on the back and run the end of the studs through. So we ended up putting some 1/2-inch wheel spacers on. Hopefully that's enough for the lug nuts to work because I couldn't find any longer ones. And hopefully it keeps the tires off the frame. We'll see. Got the disconnect, sway bar disconnects put on. Got the hydro assist mounted. Only thing I do is finish tightening it up and adjust where it sets right. Make sure the hoses is in the right spot and get it full of fluid So we on the way to getting done. Trying to think of what else. We're gonna start today by adjusting the front end. Oh, I adjusted the rear end. I got it set because it had it a little too far back. The sway bars was hitting the housing when it was flexed. Today we gotta move the front end. I'm gonna push it forward a touch, and I gotta rotate the pinion up a little bit to get the caster right on it, because it's like almost between 8 and 9 degrees, and I like them 6 to 7. So get that done today and start back on wiring. And I got part brake cables to put in and the rock slides to put on this week, and hopefully we'll get it close to wrapped up and be able to test it out and see how it goes. We're gonna give you one of our hub sockets. Actually, this is the one out of my Jeep, but it's the color kind of matches his Jeep, because I want an orange one because that's what I carry. But this is our hub sockets that my son 3D prints. We got a couple different designs, but these hubs, I mean, they'll get better, but they're stiff now. And it's a whole lot easier when you can stick that in and turn it, because I mean, I'm like really putting, see, I can turn it, but it's stiff. So that just makes it fits in good and just makes it so much easier when you put your hand on it. So we're gonna give you my hub socket. So go check them out on our website. We got several different kinds. These, like I say, this fits my axle, which is a Dana 60 high pinion forward old model. We got them for Super Duty axles, and we got them for a half-ton axle. And if you need something custom, we made a set for a guy that needed to be longer to go through a center cap. So we can custom make them too if you need something. So check them out at squatchyoffroad.com. So it's the start of the next day again. Seems like we've been working on this thing forever. We're down to, I'm bleeding the steering. We're gonna bleed the steering today. That takes a little bit. Get it bled, and we got the rock sliders to put on and wire up, and then finish tying the wire up under the hood. We've already checked the lockers. They work. All we like now is I got the switches mounted in the dash, but I've got to add some wire to them because where I wanted them, I need a little bit extra wire to get to them. So I get them wired up today, the steering bled today, rock sliders put on it and wired up, and then neaten up all this wiring through here, and we should be ready for a test drive and put it on the flex ramp and see what happens. So we'll get started and see if we can get something done. Today we're trying to get the slider. We didn't get to the sliders yesterday. So today we're getting to the rock slide engineering sliders, and the back of them has to be notched out a little bit because of this. Most long arm kits are like this. I mean, even I've done some rock crawler. Rock crawler, it had to be trimmed a little bit, and then the motor built sliders I put on for the rock crawler kit had to be cut around this bracket. So we got to notch a little bit because it goes back and hits that, and get that done, get these on. I got the wire laid out. It's pretty basic wiring kit. It's all side to side, and this side's got the leads to go up in the side for the on and off switch, so if you want to keep them sucked up. The other side has the power and ground that goes to the battery. So pretty basic wiring kit. The controllers is all undoubtedly in the, oh yeah, right there's the control box, is in the slider. So get all them put on today and wired up, and then the rear track bar, adjust it just a little bit. I done measured it. I need like half a turn, and I can be ready to lock it all down. The front's good, and then just a couple of nitpicky little things to check over and torque the lug nuts, and hopefully we'll be ready to, by tomorrow, fingers crossed, by tomorrow we'll be ready to put it on the ramp and check clearance. We did cut the fenders. I mean, that's about as much as we can cut because the tub's like right there, so I might can trim a little bit more on the corner down here if I need to. The back I could cut some more, but hopefully with bump stops and all, we can make it clear and not have to cut so much more, because I don't like to cut no more than we have to. But it steers good. We drove it out of one bay into the other bay so we could lock everything down and get everything done. So let's see how far we get today. So that's another day in the shop. We're still on Kelly's, trying to finish it up today. And I'm sweating, and we got air conditioning, but it's still hot. So I just got through tying all the wires up. We had about 4 or 5 wires, harnesses run across back there with the factory one, so I run them all, got all them tied up, because he don't have a switch pod, so everything, I put relays over here when needed, and the circuit breakers for the lockers, and the locker stuff is all mounted there, but you can still, I like mounting there because it's still with the things, and you can still get in there, so just fine. All that works. Everything's pretty nice and neat. The fuse holders is all right there. It's all tied to the power for stuff. So all that's cleaned up and all that's done. Got the steps on it yesterday and working. I adjusted the spare tire carrier today, and got the console back from park brake cables, and so that should have been the last, other than putting this engine cover back on. I done checked the oil and all in it. I checked the steering fluid in it. We're about ready for a test drive, make sure the steering wheel's straight, and to put it on the ramp and test it out, and then go put some more miles on the rear ends and break them in. So see if we can get that done today. I'm not used to driving JK with yours had a soft middle to me. Oh, this thing's got good power.
How is it? It's get good? Okay.
Close, you gonna get it.
Do what?
There's a tire on the back.
Check it?
It's the answer to the tire on the back. Go check it.
Oh. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Oh, yeah. Okay. What you got going on?
Yeah, we started putting it on the flex ramp. And the tires hit pretty quick. Quicker than I thought they would.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add a bump stop, another one, and we're gonna have to come in here and probably get past that bolt and try it. Probably gonna have to cut some of this out because it was actually rubbing right here too. I don't know if you can. It just barely moved.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
I'll take however I can take some of that out.
I mean, you did a clean job. You did a great job.
This I was kind of tapered this a little more, and I took it down kind of flat there, so maybe if it rubs, it'll be
Okay.
shouldn't hurt nothing. And I tapered this a little bit more. I took,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
not that much out of it.
Just
Think
enough.
Once it's painted, now I took this out of the inside, and then took the grinder and ground it back, so hopefully it'll. And I put another bump stop in it, so
Yeah.
that should help too.
Okay.
I only actually took that much out of the body.
Oh, that doesn't look like that much when you look at it like that.
Because that's where the hole was.
Yeah.
And it was about like that, because I went back and recut it again. So, I mean, you know.
Looks good. Looks clean. Nice job.
The other side ain't cut exactly. I cut this side like this
Uh-huh.
to keep this pinch weld here, the couple pinch welds.
Right.
And the other side is not, it don't go all the way in. It's cut different. So
You had to cut it
I'm
different.
trying to
Figure that out.
figure out. I may have to come out and cut some more of this to make it look right. But I don't know. This one's cut because of it's already cut out.
Right.
So
Okay.
I may end up having, and it don't have no pinch welds down here. So I may end up going back and cutting that there all the way back. Because I can cut this one.
Further.
It's going, well, I'm just going to really leave that, yeah, somewhere in there. It ain't going to matter. You ain't going to see both sides at one time. And this side cut different anyway because of the gas tank.
Sure. Oh, if you're going in there, see if the cut helped. Ah. So far, you're okay. And you can see that tire, right? Okay. Oh, wait. Yep, you did then. Yep.
And so you're hitting here now, and in there where I done cut. Now it's on the bump stops. That's
Okay, so it's not.
that's pretty fast. I don't know if it's weight or see what it does.
Okay.
I don't know that you'll ever get flexes.
I mean, you never know.
He needs one more bump stop in the front. It's close on it.
Okay. So let's see if I can get like the angle. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Everything is looking good here. Nice. Okay. How's it feel? How's it look? What do you think?
I'm not happy that it still hits, but I don't know what, I mean, it's on the bump stop. I added the bump stop, but this one's really squishy.
How's it feel?
It feels good. Go wash it. It'll be ready for pickup.
Oh yeah.
So he's pretty much going to 43, and that's a big tire.
Yeah.
I mean, to cut, I'm almost in. You could cut back to that weld, but you don't want to cut no more in it. Like I say,
Then you're making it weaker,
it's
right?
into this ball now, so I need to see what it's. It's not gonna tear nothing out. It may tear it or get the tire if he really got into it. But. So what I was wondering is if it was hitting in there, and it's not. It's just rubbing out here. And out here. That would be perfectly fine to rub. I could probably, when I had to take the tire off, and just take the grinder and take some more out of that, and take it back to the edge of, and take this and round it
Right.
more. It's back, and I tapered it off.
You did. Yeah.
That
It
was
looks
a good bit
good.
more.
Yeah, it is.
The ball about sticks out more than the fender does.
Yeah. It looks good though. How's it feel?
It feels good. Go wash it. It'll be ready for pickup. So the day has come, and the JK for Kelly is wrapped up. It's done. It's put the miles on it for test driving it. We've tested it on the ramp, make sure nothing hits or contacts, other than tires rub a little bit, which we figured that was going to happen at full flex in the back. We've cut everything, but it's all good to go, and he's coming to pick it up, and I can't wait for him to see it. He's already excited about the width because we kept it narrow enough. He's should have a couple inches on each side driving in his trailer he wanted, and everything's good to go. Got the M for MetalCloak and Moonshiners. And it runs out good. It drives great. I think he's going to balance the tires because they do have a little bit of shake, but they are Bi-Sply 42 Treps, so on Beadlocks. But everything else has turned out pretty good, so can't wait for him to see it. The steps all work good. I mean, it turned out to be a good project, so we're excited for him to come pick it up and see what he thinks about it, and on to the next one. Over here. Susan's here texting on the phone. She's probably texting you like, we're here. Time for my mid-board snack.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, oh yeah, no grumper.
Ugly.
Yeah, it was bad.
I had to get me a light and get behind that so that it was
All right.
You gonna ride?
Y'all see. That's it. All right.
You gonna disconnect?
No.
Probably pull them all the way off. Yeah. I know one thing. You're gonna be in the brush here. Everybody better have an extra set of them. It don't like a long ways going all the way. Makes a lot of difference for you sway bars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let that front move.
Off-road with the sway bars loose, it's still a lot more safe.
Yeah.
It's so blame hot.
You gonna let you take it, break it in?
Not on the trails. He won't. Only because I've rolled mine, apparently. That is so
Did you
sexy.
roll it or did
Back
you?
it up. I'll keep backing it up. Oh, it's fabulous.
Did,
He's like, I'm not going to stop and just fucking hit you.
it'll pull it.
Should be good there.
We're picking it up, guys. We're happy with it. Tickle to death. Squatchy Offroad. Wayne's coaching me here to tell me how far I gotta go.
You're probably gonna be good just getting the back tires up on the flat.